Okay. Hi, Albert. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. You've been assisting people as a tax consultant. So are you guys like H&R Block or what
I'm
exactly
better
do you
than
do?
H&R Block. In my one office in the Miami area with clients all over the country and all over the United States in seven countries, we assisted over 16,000 business owners and filed 85,000 tax returns in the last 4 decades.
Well, so what do you do that's different than what H&R Block would do?
I think what makes me different is since I'm a business owner and worked with every kind of business, and I've done online realtor, mortgages, I've done every business, I can relate to you, Doug. You tell me the business, and I can relate to what you're doing. And H&R Block, Hewitt Jackson, even a lot of the CPA stuff don't have the street knowledge to understand what you do.
Okay. Is that important in terms of interpreting the tax codes that would be applicable?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, say, if you're doing these podcasts and videos, well, I know you're spending money on people doing like editing. So I know the questions to ask because I've done video podcasting.
So how did you get started with this?
It's a funny story. How I got started, almost 4 decades ago, I wasn't working, so I was working in my parents' motel. And then mama, who never gave me any paychecks or never checks, no W-2 form, says, "Hey, you got to pay the IRS." I go, "Who?" "Yeah, yeah, everybody's got to pay the government." And then I got upset and I took classes at H&R Block
You took classes to
to learn how to
learn
do
how.
tax returns because I couldn't understand why I had to pay tax when I never got no papers.
Okay. And then from there, you opened your own business?
Right? We open up my business. The funny thing, how I open it up is I'm sitting in an H&R Block, I'm working one day, and somebody goes up to the front desk and says, "Will you do my tax returns?" And the manager says, "Sure, no problem, $500." I'm saying, like, $500? They only pay, remember, this is 1985. They only pay me $4 an hour. And that was the ding, ding, ding. I'm going to get rich and I'm going to go to people's houses and doing tax returns.
How many people have somebody else do their returns versus using like TurboTax? I know it's gotten easier since online.
That's funny. I'm not a big not because people say I'm an anti-TurboTax fan, but I'd say still 25 or 30% think that TurboTax is the answer. And I'm saying, like, no, because TurboTax doesn't talk back to you. I mean, do you know how many times people get stuck on their returns? Like, what happened to returns? Like, because you had marketplace and you didn't know you had to send in forms? Because TurboTax doesn't talk back to you. A lot more people getting into trouble more than you think.
Well, I suppose. Again, it also depends on how much money you're making. Because
No,
if
go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you're on a fixed income, limited income, low income, your tax burden is pretty negligible, if anything, right?
Yeah, but my question is, if you're getting 8,000, see, what happens is I find people using H&R, I'm sorry, even H&R Block, people using TurboTax. What I see happening is, I mean, I've been doing it forever, and it happened to me more than ever last year, where they use TurboTax, and they go, oh, they're getting, like, say 1,400, and but they think by coming to me they're going to get more money. But what really happened was they are clicking the wrong buttons, because when you do TurboTax, it's like, hey, where did you go to school? I'm obviously I'm making it up, and you're just clicking buttons. And a lot of these people I know are clicking the wrong buttons because they're saying, "Oh, I get more money on TurboTax." I'm saying, like, send me the return and I'll show you what they did. because I know they don't get more money than me, maybe equal, but never more.
Okay. Well, the one thing I like about personal service versus TurboTax is what you said about being able to ask the right questions. TurboTax won't do that for you. And if you have a specific type of a business, that could be very helpful.
I'm going to tell you, if you have any kind of business, do not use TurboTax. Do not go get somebody. And first of all, I pride myself with 40 years of service. My prices are real super reasonable. Okay, that's one. And two, I'll guarantee you when the money you spend with me, okay, and in my firm, you're going to get more than quote unquote the $200 I'm going to charge you back in extra money if you have a business.
That's your rate is only $200?
To do your return, dude, because we do high volume. I can do if you give me an income sheet, where all your and I'll even give you the sheet to fill out. You're looking if I don't have to do a personal return to do a sub S company, you're looking at $180 to do.
Well, that is cheap.
But see,
That's
we do because we can do it fast, and I mean, we're smart. But everybody in my office is like the baby person now has 9 years experience. The juniors are 9 years now. And obviously I got 40, but
how many employees do you have?
during the season we have 9 people. I'm sorry, we have 8 people doing tax returns. During the season we have as many as 15 people working in my office.
And according to your sheet, you've helped 16,000 people. Is that?
No, 16,000 business owners, Douglas.
Oh,
We probably did over 85,000 returns.
oh, that's amazing.
Oh
That's
yeah, one
great.
office, not multiple, one.
Okay, so what is the Disney World trading pins or gift shops looking at snow globes? What is that all about?
That was so funny. About 25 years ago, maybe a little bit more, somewhere like that, I got hooked. I'm in Miami, and I'm like, I love Disney, and I got hooked on buying pin. I'm either buying. If I was in my office and not here, you'd see I got a whole wall full of pins and snow globes because I used to love going to the Disney pin store and seeing what was cool, or going in the park because in Walt Disney World in Florida, all the cast members have pins. So I used to go up and trade with them, see if they got any cool stuff. And I have a whole wall full of Disney in my office.
Is there money in Disney memorabilia?
Guess what? I had a collectible store back in the 90s. Disney stuff is still hotter than ever. Snow globes, pins a little bit. I mean, I never got on that side of it, but I know through eBay, if you got some of those old, I mean, I got globes that are probably worth maybe $500 to $1,000 now. Because if you go to Disney now, that's why I stopped collecting. Because I used to love to go to the main. I don't know if you ever been Disney World, but there's like a main street and a place to collect, like a pin area. And now all the stuff is crap. You know what I'm talking about though? I mean, it wasn't like the super cool details back in the day.
Well, I suspect that the mass market stuff now is can't compare to the stuff that maybe they were making
After I got
in the
this
old
one
days.
snow globe that I saw that was pressed, I said, that's it. I give up. I quit.
What was there Disney memorabilia available before Disneyland and Disney World? I mean, back in the 30s and 40s, or was that even an idea yet?
No, it was there. There's always been Disney stuff. The cool thing about Disney, and I had a collectible store back in the day, and I did taxes in the back in the early 90s. That the funny thing about Disney is it doesn't matter. I mean, are you a sports person, Mr. Douglas?
Um, Passively, yeah.
Okay. And I'll give you a good example. In baseball, not everybody, people forget who Babe Ruth is, but I've been to Australia. I've been to Lebanon, Italy. Everybody knows the Mickey Mouse and Minnie. You understand?
Yeah.
The world knows Minnie Mouse.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why it's collectible, because it's got a worldwide appeal.
Well, I know that their marketing strategies have been amazing, and a lot of people have modeled themselves after Disney's marketing.
Let me tell you why, and I talk about this. I mean, I haven't been because of COVID, because a lot of it shut down the cool stuff that I like to do. If you ever go to Disney World, and I've never been to Disneyland in Anaheim, but forget about going and seeing all Mickey. The way that they're set up, the marketing, how it's set up, how customers treat you, you can learn, and you could just walk around the park and you could probably find the aha moment to take your business to the next level just by showing up to the park, staying in their hotels, just because the way the Disney marketing and management systems are.
The one thing that I like that I have seen at other places that are theatrical events, things like that, is that the way that they walk you through, you go in, you go to the ride, come off the ride, it dumps you right out into the gift shop.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't
every
even get
ride
out.
has you know, and Universal's that way too in Orlando. But Disney, man, Disney marketing is, let me tell you, second. I've been to Universal a bunch of times up in Orlando, but the marketing is phenomenal.
We do have to wrap this up. Do you have a website that you can give out?
Sure. You can get a hold of me, everything Albert Corey, that albertc360.biz has everything. My Facebook, my Instagram, my Facebook, Instagram, everything me. Would it be okay if I tell people how I want to thank Mr. Douglas for having me on? I got an amazing free gift for everybody just to say thank you for all your listeners for coming on.
Oh, no, my pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can get my 50 top tax deductions by texting 26786. That's 26786 Taxman. And you're going to get my 50 tax deductions that save my clients millions. You're also going to get a free review copy of my Amazon bestseller, The Art of Perception. Text Taxman to 26786.
26786. Okay,
Taxman.
That's super. Taxman. All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This was very,
Oh, thank you for having me,
very
Douglas.
fun.
It was
Nice meeting